So last night I'm
Go
live
for it.
streaming, and when you were giving me the Hellen Keller spiel, I bought it hook, line, and sinker. I was 110% Team Taylor that this fucking woman is a fraud who generations of Americans, generations of humans have been baffled by this woman who couldn't speak, who I guess she could speak. She couldn't see and she couldn't hear. And then I watched videos. Taylor, she's much more capable than you said she was. I watch and I'm listening to her talk, and then she has the other person. I'm like, that's the same thing. I heard her talking.
Hey, Woody, why did all of her speeches, public engagements, and books cease as soon as Anne Sullivan died? Well, why wouldn't she continue to speak her truth to everyone who wanted to know it?
Taylor,
as soon as her teacher died,
falling for the lies of Big
political
Sullivan.
activism and her abilities disappear. That's
Taylor,
fucking weird.
I'm
dude.
listening to her talk, and then I listen to Anne Sullivan, and it's like, oh my God, that's what she said. So on my live stream, I'm like, guys, Taylor said she signed into her palm, right? You could actually hear her say all these words, and I'm trying to show my stream what Hellen Keller's capabilities really were. I say, they fucking donation bomb me. Whenever you donate, like 15 seconds of Shucks You plays, and you couldn't hear a goddamn thing on the video because they were like just bombarding like $3 at a time.
We're not interested, lads. We're not interested in this nonsense propaganda of Anne Sullivan training Hellen Keller to say certain things. And then, first of all, the first book she ever wrote when she was 11 turned out to be a complete fabrication that was plagiarized from someone who wrote it a couple decades prior. Entirely.
That's how I wrote when I was 11.
Now, and when you were 11, no, it was Anne Sullivan writing through this savant, and then Anne Sullivan realized, oh, nobody's going to buy this. I should wait a few more years. And then she writes all of her books, gets everything published through Hellen Keller, and then it's crazy. It's almost like as soon as she died, Hellen Keller no longer had any takes about anything ever. It's just weird.
I'm unfamiliar, so if I'm understanding the context, Hellen Keller's teacher was named Anne Sullivan. What teacher of what?
Oh shit!
So Anne Sullivan was the one who taught her how to sign and communicate. And what really happened is that Hellen Keller's parents were rich. They didn't want to admit that. I'm giving the abridged version. Hellen Keller's parents, rich, very, very privileged, did not want to admit that they had a daughter who was retarded. And so they basically got a teacher, and they picked different teachers. This is something else I didn't even bring up. They went through different teachers, and so many teachers were like, yeah, there's no fucking way, dude. And then Anne Sullivan shows up, and they're paying her a handsy sum. And she's like, oh, well, it turns out your daughter, she's not only not blind deaf, she's got a lot of political opinions. She's got a lot of astute and well-researched opinions that she couldn't possibly know. And then immediately, or very soon after, she begins espousing the same beliefs as Anne Sullivan. And like I said, when Anne Sullivan died, all of these beliefs, all these speeches, all these books dried up. And so I put it together that she was retarded.
Why would you say she had no access to that? You're saying Hellen Keller couldn't Google this stuff like anybody else?
Yeah, Taylor.
No, if you put Google in front of her, she wouldn't know what to do.
Taylor, tell him what the title to your little spiel was.
Oh, Hellen Keller's Secret Retard.
My favorite part. That's my favorite part.
I still got a couple copies of it printed out at home. Very, very.
Oh,
salient.
I bet you do.
He had some out at work.
I bet that manifesto is getting thicker by the day over there. God knows what.
That's what I do. My manifesto is 100% about Hellen Keller. And also, this bitch said this, and it's made up. And it's like, why did he do this?
Kyle, it
Just
seems
to
thicker than
the
it
truth
is
about
because
Hellen
of all the braille erased to make the pages twice as thick.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Yeah, it looks like a big book. Not really. It's just got bumps all over it.
Yeah, it's. I guess I'm on board. I wasn't beforehand, but I'm pretty sure you could.
They totally shut me down when I was trying to like show the Hellen Keller video and demonstrate her capabilities.
And boys, don't you stop. Do not allow propaganda to be spoken without response.
What are you saying? Her capabilities? You're saying that she was more able than she let on, or
no, more able than Taylor let on. So, like when Taylor said you know, this thing's a big scam. What Helen Keller would do is sign into Ann Sullivan's palm, and then Ann Sullivan would tell you what she just said. And I'm like, that does sound wildly suspicious, right? Like, you know, we speak in the secret palm sign language code, and I use that's bullshit. So then I went to YouTube and started watching some Helen Keller videos, and she's just talking. She's saying things, and
how do you know that's actually Helen Keller and not a psyop? Helen Keller.
Touche. Yeah, I guess you got
me
there.
She's talking the same way a parrot does. The same way a parrot talks is the way she talks.
Like with her feathers? What do you mean?
No, like Helen Keller is mimicking sounds that she's heard in the past. There's even a thing there where Helen's got her like hands on the mouth of Ann Sullivan, and Ann Sullivan's like, and when I go, and Helen Keller go, It's like, and when I go, and Helen goes,
wait a goddamn minute. I'm watching her talk right now. She speaks very well.
These are post-production effects.
I'll give a link. I want to see it.
Black and white.
Yeah, Kyle. Link.
I'm gonna try to timestamp it for you.
I will not abide any discussion that she is not a retard.
That's why it's believable.
Kyle's going through the same steps.
Black and white.
I am. All right.
You made it black and white, so it's believable. That's the key. That's how they get you.
Oh, you're watching Helen Keller Speaks Out.
All right. Cue up.
No propaganda film.
I'm at 206.
Let me just poison the well here. Heavily edited.
Clearly, there's some Adobe work in here. Tell me when you're at 206.
I am.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. I gotta.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Figure this out on this. I don't have the chat up. I'll just. You know what? Just fucking do it without me. It's fine.
Ready, set, play.
Disappointment in not being able to speak normally.
It is the acute disappointment in not being able to speak normally.
Longingly, I think how much more good I
Bullshit.
have done.
Longingly, I feel how much more good I could have done if I had acquired normal speech.
But within this sorrowful experience,
Incredible.
I understand.
No, lies.
It's fucking incredible.
I'm inspired.
I literally am inspired because like just so we're all on the same page. I know Steve isn't watching, so let me describe. This woman who cannot see or hear and has been like that since she was like 14 months old or some shit,
19.
has learned to speak by touching the lips of her teacher while she says a word and then signing that word into her hand so she knows what word is being said.
Where's the rest of them?
Based on that, she is having a full fucking conversation and saying that one of her life's greatest regrets is that she can't speak normally. And she's speaking well enough that I can understand like 90% of it. It's like someone with a very strong accent. If you've ever heard a deaf person speak, how there's a really kind of like odd tone to it, and they don't. But she's moving her lips based on memory of touching someone's lips, and she's having a legitimate conversation and speaking eloquently.
Why did she never speak after Ann Sullivan died?
Wait, new theory. Helen Keller was completely able the entire time.
Oh,
and it was faked in order to show the improvement.
Helen Keller, secret fake.
Okay. Well, I even said on the show there were 3 options, only one of which is impossible. One option, she is a retard, and she's being manipulated like a parrot. Second option, she is faking deaf, dumb, and blind. Third option, she's the first deaf, dumb, blind woman to be able to make astute political observations about things she's never seen. Only one of those is totally impossible.
How good was she at pinball? That'll tell us.
Probably not good. I don't think they had that yet.
I know the song. I'm with you.
Thank you.
Taylor's
I
gone.
just found a YouTube video. Meet the deaf-blind lawyer fighting for people. I'm not sure she's the only deaf-blind person to communicate. Here's a 17-minute video of various deaf-blind people communicating.
And you know what? A lot of that, I know
And it looks like
exactly
it was
the
made in
17.
1970, so I'm pretty sure there's been a lot more deaf-blind people who can communicate since.
You know what? I know exactly the deaf-blind study you're citing because I looked into this when I was talking about Hellen Keller. And a lot of what you're about to look at there are people who went deaf at 14 and blind at 17 because of scarlet fever. And so obviously they have the requisite skill set in order to engage in conversation if they need to. Like
If that's
went
true,
through
why are they signing into each other's hands?
How long is that video?
17 minutes.
I'm saying nobody who's 19
that
months.
long.
All right, we got to get off Hellen Keller.
Taylor's like, this is really upsetting for me. I can't
now
hit.
it's time to switch subjects.
No, the truth does not come out. The truth is found last episode, my friends.
What kills so Taylor will sometimes just define a truth. Like, no one has ever done this before and ever done this since. If you don't think that you're a fool. Moving on. It's just like, what? That needs to be fact checked.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
look.
Fact checks are bad.
When you denied the Holocaust, I was a little off put, but now this Hellen Keller stuff, I really can't.
Wait, that was your conspiracy theory.
That's not how I remember it. That was Taylor.
Oh, okay. That was me.
Just kidding.
I've been doing